I saw on the television the other day a character, the character this man played. He was a person who just did not believe in God, and he did not believe in the hand of God and the reality of God, that anybody who believed in God was just dumb and superstitious. And I watched that, and then I thought to myself, how unfortunate it is when there's somebody who has not allowed themselves to experience their own spirituality. Because we know that everybody is spiritual. You're spiritual and you're carnal at the same time, and it really is determined as to who motivates you and what are you driven by. And many people are just totally driven by the carnal. That's all they see. And then there are those of us who God has opened our eyes, and we see the possibility of the hand of God. And last week on the broadcast, we talked about revival and how that God brought revival to the city of Jerusalem during the days following the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ, and how on the day of Pentecost, God sent the Holy Spirit. And on that day, Peter preached a tremendous sermon, and he quoted the book of Joel. And in that, he said that this is for all flesh. And then we watched this sequence of events that took place there in that city as God moved 3,000 in one day, came into the reality of the work and the ministry of Jesus Christ, led by the Holy Spirit of God. And the thing that was intriguing to me about all of this, there was much to learn and much to be revealed as God was revealing things. But in the very sermon that Peter preached, when he said, "This is for all flesh," at that point, Peter had not accepted that reality, because somebody who had been raised in Jewish tradition all your life, and it was so adamant between the Jewish people and other people that, hey, we just don't talk with one another. We don't have any type of relationship with one another. And here, all these people who were there in that crowd that day that heard this sermon and saw the work of the ministry of the Holy Spirit were caught up in this. And they wanted what Peter was preaching. But Peter wasn't sure exactly who it was that should receive this message, even though the prophet Joel said, "This is for all flesh, for all who will receive it." But as I watch the sequence of events, I see God moving, and he'll bring Peter to the place to where he'll see this revelation that he talked about there on the day of Pentecost, that Joel had prophesied, that whosoever will may come and receive and have this tremendous experience to where you can see heavenly things, spiritual things, through spiritual eyes, that you had it all along. You just didn't realize it. It's Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.